Hey guys, this is Travis Bales with Beyond Bipolar blog. I'm here with my brother today. Today we're going to talk about getting the two vaccines for Moderna and discuss how it has affected us. You know, the first shot really wasn't that bad. I maybe had a slight headache, but the second one was like a lot more difficult to deal with than I thought. I had like chills. My left shoulder where I had the shot in was just completely inflamed and it was just causing a lot of pain last night. I had a headache, I had a slight fever, and I feel like I just wasted my whole day just trying to get better because the headache and the ringing in my ears was actually really too sensitive and it just totally destroyed my mood today. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, we took the shot around, I think, 2 o'clock yesterday, and we took the shot at 2 o'clock yesterday, and for some reason, probably till 2 a.m. I was fine. That's when I usually go to bed. And for some reason, around 6 a.m., that's when we both started having chills. So we actually had to turn out the fan. I actually recommend people who taken the shot to have blankets because I was so chills. I had so much bad chills that I couldn't even move basically, and I had a headache. I think maybe he had it worse than I did because I feel like I recovered once we started doing the pig cage, maybe around 2 o'clock, I'd say. So we didn't even work out at all, and it's it's pretty bad. But in the end, I feel like it's worth it because at least we can go to the gym now. I know there's people that are kind of thinking that a little paranoid that there's chips in here, but in the end, they are. I don't care as long as I'm safe. I don't have to be on a ventilator. That's my opinion.
Yeah, just like medications, I believe in vaccinations. Yeah, it's a little bit early compared to other types of vaccinations that already have been out there and tested for a longer period of time. But as my brother stated, in 2 weeks, we're actually going to go to the gym. We were just really sketchy with it before because we weren't sure if we were going to get the COVID. We weren't sure if we were going to get the COVID before our two vaccinations. Excuse me. So,
And we have to let people know that we live with a vulnerable adult. So my dad already got his maybe like a few months ago. So in the end, I want to go out. I'm going to probably still start working. We study for the certification. We just watched 232 videos uh, for the A plus, so we're gonna try to do that. So we want to go out in society and just be normal. And I feel like they're talking about the herd immunity, so people that aren't getting the vaccine, uh, it may cause the COVID to become worse. Apparently, so
you know, this is just from a mental health perspective. Isolating yourself is not good, and the COVID actually has prevented Kyle and I from getting out and having a social life. And I'm sure many of you that have a mental illness, it's been really taxing on your mental health. But like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are anti-vaxxers, and for me, I'm I in spite how terrible I felt today and how long it took me to recover, and in spite the poor mood I was in, I feel like in the end it's worth it because mental health, I feel like would be a lot better when I can get out and go to the gym and do things like on a regular basis what I did prior to the COVID. So we actually got the Moderna vaccine. I know there's Pfizer and then there's the Johnson and Johnson one, but I think the Moderna one was okay. It's just
the second one was brutal.
like I said before, the second shot was really, really tough on me. The worst part was the shoulder was in so much pain because I have a feeling it was inflamed, and that's where I had the shot. It just really ruined my mood today. The ringing in my ears was also really bad when the dogs were barking and someone was loud noises like my dad. And primarily just, but like people who do have mental health issues and suicidation, you just got to take it day by day. Try to be in the present. Understand that now this too shall pass and I'm in a better state of mind. I had some dinner and I feel like I'm gonna be back to normal tomorrow.
I mean, even with the mental health crisis because of the isolation, it's causing domestic abuse and things to rise. And I guess I'll speak about it. my ex who had struggled with a drug addiction reached out to me, I kind of realized that she may have some missings, but in the end, I think she still wants to go back to the old lifestyle and what she knows. And I told her, in the end, I'm not number one, so I pretty much said that. I guess I'll read my message to her if that's okay. I guess so. Basically, I had a realization that she kept trying to talk to me, and I feel like if I go back, it's just going to be more destructive. And I kind of mentioned that 'cause she's been talking to me like frequently, and it was weird because whenever I would complain about her other ex who also was into drugs, she feels like I'm really judgmental of people like that. But I guess I wrote, love and heartbreak is like the process of life and death. They say when you love something, you set them free and let them go. After overcoming the initial hurt, and it's hard to explain, there's something beautiful and serene about it. You realize the utmost form of true love has nothing to do whether the person remains with you or not, but the pure selflessness and compassion you still have towards that person for really letting them and giving them the freedom to be who they want to be, even if it is not with you. I realize I'm not your number one. I used to be angry and hurt about it when I found out, but now I'm fine and feel at peace with myself and my own existence at this moment, even after for all the things I felt I did and for what I felt owed. Relationships aren't a monetary system, what you're indebted to. It's odd. You hope to come in relationships in hopes to develop a close union to someone, your soulmate, when reality is more about learning how to give your love even greater freedom to be who they want to be with or without you. That feeling of separateness but groundedness. That possibility of learning to let them go even more, even when supposedly in a committed soul union. I feel a closer deepness and care to my own soul after realizing this, after feeling like shit and sorry for myself the past week, and I don't need anyone to feel this feeling of wholeness with myself after the conversation with her. And as much as I care, I cannot go back. Your heart, I realize, is with him, whether I believe he is good for you or not. We journey through the same mirror, whether my heart seems to be with one who you are jealous of, just as I was jealous of yours, and that's likely my twin brother, which likely will never change. Rather than mourning and holding on to this feeling of emptiness and loss, I somehow found acceptance, wholeness, and healing. It's weird, but I'm weird, so it's fine. So I've been basically conversating with her back and forth, and I feel like it's become a bit too much because she's been talking a lot, and basically she really is still in love with her ex, even though it sounds like he's not in love with her, but I guess she's still holding on, and I guess it's what you know. And she suggested that we kind of are judgmental towards people that do drugs, and it kind of hurts our interview process that we're kind of judgmental on that. But I don't know. You have friends that had done drug addiction, and I think it's important as long as they're trying to
I
quit.
get
I
it.
think it's fair.
They're human beings, but at the same time, they
She
make
gets
that
really
personal
upset.
they make that personal choice to keep doing those bad habits. And no matter how difficult it is, one day you're gonna be sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like I said before, multiple times, that you're end up gonna change whether you like it or not. And partially, I feel that, like I said before, I feel like once we get this Moderna vaccine, we don't have to focus on all these past relationships. And it's kind of a good thing that Kyle brought it up, because we're on to the next page in our life. We want to move on.
Yep.
We want to get this Moderna vaccine done. We don't want to focus on past relationships.
We already made a video about what it was like dating a borderline person, and she had like the whole shebang: cutting, was into drugs, and bulimia, the whole 9 yards. That was just really hard on me, and deep down, I think maybe she did appreciate at the point, but in the end, I felt like second best. And sometimes, like as my buddy said, they go back to what they know, and I feel like with people that have drug addiction, in the end, they have to figure out things for themselves, and you can't just baby them. In the end, she says that her ex and her aren't going to live very long, but what can you do?
You
If
can
you're gonna
influence.
go,
You can
I keep
influence.
telling her she has a choice, but if her heart's where it is and she can't change it, then I'm just letting her go. That's just how it is.
You can influence someone to make a decision, but you can't make that decision for them, because in the end, it's really up to their responsibility, and you shouldn't be the one responsible for their actions and behaviors. So in the end, best of luck to you, but at the same time, I hope you take a listen to what Kyle has to say.
The irony is, like I said, I treated her probably the best compared to all my exes, oddly. And I actually wasn't unstable. He was more unstable. He didn't like the relationship. We kind of have that, as my brother stated, because we're so close, it's really difficult to manage relationships, and it kind of destabilizes things. But uh, deep down, in the end, I just hope you can make the best decisions, and if you really feel that way, then so be it. But right now, I'm in a pretty decent. I was feeling pretty like crappy because of the Jeremy thing, but I feel like once I grieved it, I think I'm fine. I guess it's nice that she sometimes talks, but in the end, it just became too much, and I was a little worried that when she didn't respond, or she usually likes seeing my posts. It's apparently she read it. I was a little worried that maybe she got offended, and because she says that this will be the final night, and I guess I didn't really think about it yet last night because just didn't care. But I was a little worried that she might have committed suicide. That I almost thought that maybe I should give
But
her a
she's
call.
always
But in
calling.
the end,
She's always calling.
I just
Wolf.
feel like I'm just being used. So I know it's really tricky loving someone with borderline. So I feel like I did care about her as much as I could, but in the end, it wasn't enough, and she just had to learn how to care for themselves. It's the dual diagnosis thing is a really tough nut to crack.
You know, regarding dual diagnosis like alcohol, drug addiction, plus mental health. On top of that, if you don't get the Moderna vaccine or the Pfizer vaccine,
You're gonna be isolated.
you're going to be
and prone
more
to do
isolated and more prone to do bad behaviors. So I hope you people try to understand that I'm pro medication, I'm pro vaccine. There's going to be a lot of people that give me flack for it, but at the same time, I feel like that short-term stint of feeling like crap, I feel like in the long run I can get out and try to live as normal of a life as possible.
We're very anti-substance abuse, so even though we what he's talking about is prescribed medicine that he supports. He doesn't recommend the street stuff because it just makes your life worse.
So is there anything else you want to talk about?
Is there anything you wanted to address to Corey or no? I think that's it. I really wish her the best. I kind of realized that, and then I actually
Is she,
for a while
is
I
she
feel
for
at
the,
peace.
Is she for the vaccine?
I think she
or-
got one.
Oh, so she
But-
did.
I just can't be used like that. And I said I have better self-respect, and I don't even know what happened. Was there's probably a third party with her and her ex. Apparently, she was raped and all that stuff by him. And why you're going back? But in the end, just you think people that are in domestic disputes is just really hard. So I don't want to be a part of it.
Sometimes if you cry wolf too many times, you're going to end up not listening. So it kind of sucks that she might end up killing herself, but at the same time, it's her choice. And most of the time, I feel like she's just using that as an excuse to get attention.
Same
Now,
with
that's,
my
that's
buddy.
really horrible to say, but
A lot of them
there's
are doing
people that take advantage of you that are really toxic for you and take advantage of you. And I don't think it's really appropriate to involve those type of people in your life.
or just
especially-
not even date. Better to be single if you can't resolve it, because there's some really mean, horrible revenge stories I heard recently that honestly kind of got me riled up, and I just wonder why you even go in a relationship if you act like that. It's just stupid. You don't have an awareness, but that's my opinion. Just don't go in a relationship if it destabilizes you. Don't do drugs if you can help it. I know there's some discussions that what's the difference between our thongs and us like doing weird stuff. What's the difference between that and doing drugs? But like I said, it's not killing anybody. It's maybe hurting our reputation, but I still think there's still better addictions in the end.
Yeah, there's definitely better alternatives, better habits, better goals that you could focus on besides drugs. But that's really hard to tell someone when everyone who does drugs is that they only know what drugs are. So anyway, I just recap what we talked about. We talked about the Moderna vaccine. We're letting you guys know that with mental health, it's probably very important for you to get the COVID shot because
Even Howard Stern says that, and it's important to still wear your mask because we have to wait 2 weeks in order for the full thing to take effect. So we'll probably end up going back to the gym. I'll probably end up finding a job pretty soon here too. So the price of freedom is coming.
So I just want to say, guys, I want to encourage you to get the COVID vaccine if you haven't. It's going to suck for maybe the second shot, but in the long run, it's probably beneficial. Getting out, having a social life, getting to the gym, exercise is both good for wellness and mental health. So anyways, this is Travis and Kyle Baylett signing off with Beyond Bipolar Vlog. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell button if you want to see future videos. Take care, have a good one. Bye.